Welcome to 10-Minute Mentor, premier mentoring for entrepreneurs who want to share their gifts with the world. Each episode is designed to be a mini coaching session, providing valuable nuggets that will empower you to share your message and make a bigger impact. My name is Rich Perry. I want to thank you for trusting me each and every week. I know you want to rock this year, so let's get started right now. Hey, what's going on? And welcome back to 10-Minute Mentor with Rich. Have a new episode for you. Today we have 5 public speaking hacks for new entrepreneurs. Let's get that banner up real quick for those that are catching the live show right here. 5 public speaking hacks for new entrepreneurs. We're broadcasting live to Facebook, publicly, also in our 10-Minute Mentor group. We're broadcasting to LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, Twitter. As always, we're going to do the live broadcasts right here. We're going to keep it real short, under 10 minutes for 10-Minute Mentor, the audio podcast. And as always, we're going to do the Q&A at the end. So if you're catching the live stream right now, make sure you stick around. We're going to do a Q&A bonus footage at the end. So let's get this started. 5 public speaking hacks for new entrepreneurs. We're going to get this out of here. As always, if we're not connected on social media, I invite you to connect with me. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. So here we go. 5 public speaking hacks for new entrepreneurs. The first thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to leverage the platform of other people or groups, okay? If you're a new entrepreneur, you really want to share your information, you want to share your expertise, you want to talk about your product or your service. One of the things that you don't want to do is have to worry about growing your audience. So something that you can do is to leverage the platform of audiences that are already out there. You can do this in real life by joining different community groups, things like Toastmasters, Rotary clubs, Lions Club, other different organizations, nonprofit and for-profit in your community. You can speak for organizations, colleges. You can speak for local businesses. You can reach out to the chambers of commerce in your area and also within your region. Okay. When it comes to virtual platforms to leverage, you might want to hop on platforms like Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, and even other Facebook groups. Okay. So again, you have the opportunity to leverage other people's platform, both in real life and in the virtual and digital space. Tip number 2, you really want to focus on delivering value. So you want to research the group that you're speaking for. I made a video last week and I said, oh, you want to speak everywhere. But the reality is you want to speak in all the places where the audience is interested in what you have to say. You want to make sure that you're picking groups, organizations, whatever, the audience, the crowd, that the information you have to deliver, it's going to resonate with them. Okay, so it's going to take some research on your part. Some groups, things like maybe the chambers of commerce in your area, when we talk about digital, so like different Facebook groups and Clubhouse groups, things like that. Toastmasters, again, in the real life, it may take you having to join those groups, especially, again, the chambers of commerce, Toastmasters. They want you to be a member of that group. Sometimes they bring outsiders in, but many times you're going to have to join that group. Things on groups in the virtual world, whether it's Facebook groups and Clubhouse, things like that. A lot of times they only want members to speak for their group. So what you're going to want to do is focus on quality over quantity, rather than just scattershot throwing everything against the wall and hoping that something sticks. Again, do your research. Find those groups that you really want to focus in on, hone in on, and deliver value to those groups. Again, quality over quantity. Okay. Tip number 3 is make sure you know what is expected. What's the time limit? A 5-minute presentation versus a 30-minute presentation or a 45-minute presentation are completely different things. So you want to make sure you're speaking with the organizer, whether it's in real life or whether it's in the digital world. You want to make sure you're speaking with the organizer, the booking agent, or whoever it is, the event planner, to get everything, all the information that you need to have a successful presentation. Again, how long are they expecting you to speak? Are you utilizing any audio equipment? Will there be a Q&A at the end? These are all things that you're going to want to know. There's a lot of things that you're going to want to know, but these are just some basics that you'll want to keep front of mind when you're talking with these individuals looking for these speaking opportunities. Tip number 4, I said it a moment ago about the audio equipment, and it did go with that tip number 3, but it also it deserves its own mention as well. Okay, we really want to focus on that. If you're speaking in a small environment, maybe like your local Rotary Club or your local Toastmasters group or something like that, and you come from a small area, there's a good chance that there's not going to be audio equipment there. You're probably just going to be in a community room, maybe with, 10 to 50 other people there, and you may have to speak without any audio equipment. So you're going to want to know how to project your voice so that everyone in the room can hear you. Now, if you're speaking in front of a larger group, there's a good chance they're going to have audio equipment there. Now, same thing as I said, without the equipment, you're going to want to know how to project your voice when you have that microphone in front of you. A rookie mistake is when you're speaking, maybe if it's a longer presentation or maybe you're an animated speaker, you move the mic this way, and now you're not directing, your voice isn't going right into that microphone. Or maybe it's a longer presentation and your hand's getting tired and it starts to drop out of view. Well, now you're speaking this way, it's not picking it up. The mic isn't picking up your voice, and everyone in the audience isn't able to hear you properly. The same thing like right here. So the microphone is actually right here. I'm speaking here. You can hear me. Now imagine if I just started to move this way a little bit. For those that are listening to the audio podcast, I'm actually moving out of frame and I'm still speaking away from the microphone. Those that are watching the live stream can see me moving back and forth, but those that are listening to the audio podcast, you may notice the voice is fluctuating a little bit, and that's because I'm moving and I'm dodging the microphone. Okay, so that's a common rookie mistake. You want to make sure that you're always projecting your voice in front of the microphone. And you also want to make sure that you're not speaking too loud and just, blowing people's eardrums. Okay. So that's very important. And tip number 5, I said it last week and I'm going to say it again, and I'll probably say it 100 more times. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to succeed, find yourself a mentor, find yourself a coach, find yourself a mentor who has achieved the level of success that you want to achieve, and then learn from that person, whether it's one-to-one mentoring or coaching. Maybe you're going to join their speaking program, something like that, but find that person that has achieved the level of success that you want to achieve, and then learn from that person directly. So let's recap real quick. We have number 1, leverage other people's platform. That could be in real life, that could also be in the digital world. Number 2 is to focus on value, quality over quantity. Research those groups to make sure that you're connecting with groups that your message is going to resonate with them. Tip number 3 is to know what is expected of you, that relates to like the time, how much time you have to give your presentation. Is there audio equipment there? Is there anything about the environment that you need to know? Will there be a Q&A at the end? All those things that you're going to need to know. All right. Tip number 4 is to know your voice projecting. Okay, so that everyone in the crowd, everyone that in the audience, whether it's in real life or virtually, can hear you properly. And tip number 5, as I said, is to find yourself a mentor who has achieved the level of success that you want to achieve, and then work with that person to learn from them directly. Those are the tips that I have. Remember to connect with me on all social channels: Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. If you're catching this live stream, go ahead and throw your comments down there, throw some questions down there. Let me know what you have going on. If you want me to elaborate on something, I'm happy to do that. And we're also going to do the Q&A at the end. And that will be the bonus footage. Okay. So if you're watching this later on, you're catching the live stream later on, just remember you can always add your comments. I will monitor them and I will respond to them accordingly. Find me find me on all social channels. As I said, go to my website richperry.com, reach out to me directly if you have a question. I'd be happy to address it. Until next time, thanks and be excellent. Bye-bye. All right, so let's see. We're hearing the bonus footage. I know there was a comment that got dropped in there. Jordan says, "What's up? What's going on, Jordan? If you're still in here, I appreciate it." And one of the questions that we had come in earlier is, what's better to with regard to tip number 1, which is to leverage other people's platforms. So what's better, focusing on virtual or in real life? And to that, it's up to you. What do you feel more comfortable right now? Do you feel more comfortable finding virtual opportunities, things like Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, other people's Facebook groups, or do you also want to take the in real life approach, going to different community groups, maybe things like Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, local Toastmasters groups, uh, speaking in front of local businesses, or even like utilizing an app like meetup.com. And when you go to meetup.com, you can kind of put in interests that you have, and they'll let you know when other people are hosting meetups. Okay, so it's really up to you. What do you feel more comfortable in? Do you want to focus your energy in the virtual world? Do you want to focus your energy in the real world? Do you want to do both opportunities? It really doesn't matter. It's up to you and how your comfort levels and finding the opportunities. Maybe you live in a smaller rural area, or the interest that you have, your target industry, your target niche maybe doesn't have a large following in your immediate area, which means you may have to travel if you want to focus on in-person events. So then, if that's the case, then maybe focusing in the digital world will provide more opportunities. Okay. So these are all things that you're going to have to weigh. Is there a target market for this in my immediate area? Can I connect with people in the virtual space? Where are these opportunities? Where is this audience that will find the information that I have relevant? Okay, so hopefully that provided some more insight for you, and that's what I have. So I appreciate you being here. Once again, join our Facebook group, 10-Minute Mentor. It's a private community. You can get your questions answered right there. If you have a topic or a certain question that you want me to address for a future 10-Minute Mentor episode, then join our Facebook group or reach out to me directly. Shoot me that message. And, if it's something that I can provide value in, then I'll be happy to make a future episode about that topic. So thanks again. Go to my website, richperry.com. Lots of cool information there and some resources for you. Connect with me on all social channels, and I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, Thanks and be excellent. Bye bye.